You're just a sailor. Nothing more, nothing less. Copy that? That sly sea snake. I'll exterminate her! State your name and rank. Promptly now. Don't let your tardiness interfere with my ability to command the fleet.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Uncle Valk here. And, what a unit! Before I jump into it, just to very quickly address, the reason I haven't been uploading for the past month is that I caught a terrible throat infection. It almost killed me, and then developed into bronchitis. It was a pretty bad case, and I'm barely getting over it, so bear with me. If I cough through the video, I'll try to edit that out. But ML Landy, Navy Captain Landy just dropped, and I honestly can't believe how crazy she is, and I think most of the community has been losing our damn minds. To start off, this is a Leo Knight. Now, Leo, anything in the game is incredibly aggressive. Their DPS units meant to do damage. Her being a Knight tells me they want her to do a lot of damage while being tanky. So let's get into her kit. Her passive, Ruler of the Sea, gives her immunity to stun and sleep, which I think for a unit that doesn't, DPS damage unit that isn't stealthed up right now in the meta is incredibly important because we have a lot of these debuff units. People have been playing a lot of Solitaria, Sea Lilius S2 controls, Payrisk's been coming back, Soulburn S1 is an ever-present threat. On top of that, increased critical hit resistance by 50%, Molagora enhanced up to 70%. This is going to mean she is going to be so sticky, so annoying to remove. You're going to have to, in order to remove her, play a lot of extra damage units like Pirate Captain Flam, Rimuru, right? These units are really hard to draft in today's meta right now. So she is already off the bat very sticky, so I can't wait to see her damage. But as is, she also has stacking 10% attack, stacking up to 5 times, just like her green counterpart. So the passive establishes her identity. She is going to be a bruiser that at the same time provide a lot of survival utilities. Now, her S3. This makes her a complete fighting spirit hero, which means because her S2 doesn't give her any fighting spirit, everything is going to be in her S1. So she's a ramping character, she needs to ramp up to a full fighting spirit, and it requires 100, and her passive doesn't specify that she starts with any, which means she is going to either need to ramp for a long time, or she needs to high roll something and then just go crazy. Increases her own attack, attacks all enemies, stuns them too, which means 100% here, and penetrates target defense by 60%. And in the video where they showcase her, she actually does quite a bit of damage. So I think that is very, very important. But wait till you guys see this. Her S1 gives 25 fighting spirit. She attacks enemy with gunfire, increases combat readiness by up to 25% when you fully mola. After attacking, has 40% chance to activate salvo fire as an extra attack, which attacks all enemy, heals her, amount recover increases proportionate to caster's attack. So it's going to give her a bit of sustain as well as damage, and activates at a 40% rate. Soul burnable to increase to 100%. But here is the thing that everybody has been freaking out about. For the longest time, every single unit with an attack on their S1 has had a tagline of the extra attack cannot activate unless it is on a unit's own turn. Lethe has that, Luluka has that, even Bellion, who was released like a year and a half back, had that to make sure when they counterattack, they don't just blow up the entire map when they're high rolling. Now, combine that with one more fact. Navy Captain Landy is a knight, giving her access to Elbrus Ritual Sword, which is one of the most high roll artifacts in the entire game. That combined with a 40% chance to activate Salvo Fire as an extra attack goes so crazy. I actually can't believe they made this unit. Because you can build her up to be so tanky, she's gonna hit hard, has a chance to high roll, and if she high rolls, she's going to snowball that, her already, the damage already looks good, and then she also has self-healing built in. I think she's going to be absolutely nuts. She has all the tools to deal with a lot of the modern openers. She does a great amount of damage. And honestly, the way she is, there's not a lot of units in the meta that can handle her. There are niche picks here and there, I'll put them up on screen, that I think has a really good matchup into her. As I said earlier, Rimru's pretty good because no matter what, she gives allies buffs, and that can scale back into damage against her. I think Pirate Captain Flan is good, provided you do strip any immunity provided to her. I think because how much AoE she does, ML Bologna is fairly decent into her, but the problem with all three of those units is that none of those three are actually very meta units. They're decently niche, which means in an RTA draft, she's relegated. In an RTA draft, she's able to be picked relatively early because she deals with all of these early picks on screen right now. But your opponents can't pick the counters early. They have to take the rest of their draft first, which might even be weak to her, and then set up the counter picks later, because then you can counter pick them. So she actually, as a new unit, takes such a commanding spot in the meta. But this is all predicated on one thing. She's a bruiser unit. Her base stats are there. Her damage scaling needs to be good. As always, that is the #1 rule with any type of damage unit. So yeah, I'm really excited. As things stand, because her information is released today, her release date is 2 weeks from now on August 3rd for most of the world, after the patch, and should be night of August 2nd still, for like West Coast United States, and a little later, but if the main takes a little bit longer, also August 3rd in the wee hours of the morning. I'm unbelievably excited. I think she is going to be a very, very strong unit, to say the least. And on top of that, if you have a great counter set, if you're a counter Landy enjoyer from back in the day, I think Navy Captain Landy should feel right at home for you. I'm personally going to run her on counter Unity until it's proven to me that she's going to need an immunity set. Then I'll run counter immunity. But until then, I think counter Unity is going to absolutely high roll with her, especially in conjunction with like Elbra's Ritual Sword. She's going to go so crazy. I can't wait to play with her. Let me know what you guys think, and give me a few, and I'll have my reactions on the patch as well as Lethe out. Thank you guys for joining me back here. It's been a while. I miss you guys. Alright, stay tuned for more videos. Take it easy, stay safe out there, and see ya.